are we so smart and capable around some leaders, but then around other leaders, we hold back and we play it safe, and we end up really giving only a fraction of our true capability. I ended up calling those leaders diminishers. We've all worked around them. You know what they're like. They're often really smart, really capable, but when they walk into a room, people tend to hold back. They get quiet. And sometimes it's because this leader just takes up so much space, is a domineering, know-it-all, maybe even a bit of a tyrant. But often people were holding back around these leaders because they were just so capable and in some ways so proactive. And they, everyone just defaulted them and looked at them. And I studied the diminishing dynamic and found that these diminishing leaders tend to get only half of people's available intelligence. And by that, I mean knowledge, skills, creativity, insight, your ability to adapt, your ability to innovate. So, the first realization was that companies were working so hard to bring in top talent, paying them at full market value, and then only really harvesting half of that capability. And so it was this incredible economic waste, but it also creates a workplace where people were frustrated and exhausted and disengaged. And we've all seen that disengagement research. Then I noticed another type of leader who was equally smart and capable, but they had a very different effect on people. These leaders became multipliers to others. They used their own intelligence in a way that other people kind of like leaned forward, offered bold ideas, took, smart risks, adapted. They kind of filled in that space. They took on challenges. And I noticed people did their very best thinking and their best work around these multiplier leaders. So that was the first kind of idea, was that these multipliers were getting twice the intellectual capability of people on their team. It's very significant. But then the second finding was the one that was so startling, and maybe the one that has resonated, Scott, with you and with me and lots of others, is that most of the diminishing, and it's over 60% of the diminishing that we see in the workplace, is what I call accidental. Coming from the well-intended leader, the person who really enjoys being a manager, cares about her team, wants to bring out the best in everyone, but that sometimes these leaders were playing so big or being helpful that other people just didn't need to step up. Other people kind of got weak around these leaders because the leaders were too strong in certain areas. And I think one of the surprises for me, Scott, has been the reaction that you had. I expected when I wrote the book that a lot of people would say, oh, multiplier diminisher, yeah, my boss is a huge diminisher, he's a diminisher, she's a diminisher. But what I have found is that when people read this book and are exposed to the ideas, they tend to look inside. Like, wow, how might I actually be diminishing others with the best of intentions, actually?